Yeah, love respect in the aspect to the man like Mark. They love what the man talk on the radio. In case you never know. You call that radio, call that the radio. You call that radio, call that the radio. Come and say, ini, mini, my name, oh, just go with the flow. Ini, mini, my name, oh, just go with the flow. So till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Boom. Lot of mercy. Yo. You call that radio. You call that radio. Come and say, don't you be an head, man, I'll go lose your head. Say, don't you be an head, me say, and lose the head, me say, radio. Call that a radio. Straight from out of Glasgow. Straight from out of Glasgow, nice enough for the studio. Come and say, ini, mini, my name, oh, just go with the flow. Ini, mini, my name, oh, just go with the flow. So till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. No radio. You call that the radio.
If you don't really know what's going on, there's a show that also doesn't know what's going on. Call that radio TV. You call that radio. Call that radio TV. You call that radio TV.
This is You Call That Radio TV, and we are live for a special takeover from the next stage. I'm just going to introduce you to our first guest who's going to explain what's going on, because it's a takeover. So I'm just here kind of co-hosting. I'm curious as well, because I like to know about new things that are happening, and you can hear a ripple of action happening in the south side of Glasgow just now, or maybe it's the full side of Glasgow. I'm not really sure, but here to explain it all is Ernesto. How you doing, mate?
Hi, Mark. How are you doing? I'm doing well.
I'm great, man. I'm great. And it's been good to see that you've been keeping busy. You've not let lockdown stop you getting on with musical projects and this incredible new platform, The Next Stage. Could you just give us a little bit of background to yourself and the project?
Well, my name's Ernesto, as I said. So I've been working since October on The Next Stage. We are kind of trying to create a platform for performers to have a voice during the pandemic, because obviously it's being largely ignored. It was sort of kind of like inspired by the whole We Make Events kind of movement, and like it was at that point it was very much based on the technical crew, and like I just wanted to create a space for actual performers to also be supported, to also have a voice.
Brilliant stuff, man. And we've got is it a genre specific? It seems like it's a movement's happening. It's open to all genres.
Yeah, it's more open to all genres and also open to all performance. It's not just musicians. We were working with a fire tribe down in Bristol. We're working with some actors in London just now, because like obviously they stopped the theaters whilst the shows were meant to be on. So we're literally just trying to engage as many performers as we can and interview them, see how they're getting on and what kind of support they would ask for.
Brilliant stuff, man. And we've got our first guest is Flew the Arrow. So we maybe show a clip of The Next Stage, Flew the Arrow, before we bring him on.
Nice.
Okay, let's do that then. Well, if you just want to give us a wee introduction to this video and Flew the Arrow, and then we'll take it away.
We were working on volume 1. I'll send you a wee poster. I'm not sure if you've got it, for afternoon filming sessions. So from I think it was November till December, we were filming every afternoon in the Queen's Park bandstand, and on North Kelvin Meadow we were filming artists, and basically what we're doing is using public locations to create a safe lifelike event and that way try to can I bring back a sense of liveness to the performing side of it, because obviously everything right now is going on online, but I think there could be a bit more thought on how we deal with performing at the moment. So this is Flew the Arrow.
Absolutely. And that was a poster that you were talking about here. So lots of cool stuff happened, but we'll go back to that in a little second. But yeah, this is Flew the Arrow, ladies and gentlemen, absolute legend of the Scottish music scene, and we'll have him live on in a little second. But check this out first. This is some excellent work from the next stage. If I can just find the button, this button, that button, this button. No, it's that button. That one.
I got you. Ready?
Yeah, he's
1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yo, this is Charlie Tuna from Jurassic 5 live and direct here in Glasgow, Scotland, and you call that radio?
Upon you, we are here to tell the people that we hear you. One God will not allow us as people of conscience.
So my name's Liam McGilvery, go by the name Flew the Arrow. I've been building this project up over the last 3-4 years as a songwriter and guitarist, trying to make that my craft and my way of income, my way of life. Yeah, I mean, it's quite therapy, you know. It's not until the pandemic happened I realised how much I prefer playing to a crowd than myself in my bedroom. I spent many years doing that, so now I'm writing these songs and I really want to get them out there. Just like deep reflection, you know, when people really reflect on your song and connect with you to that level, you really feel that you've gave something to them, and you know, it's a two-way thing. You're both giving and receiving in that aspect. It's the beauty of music and songwriting, I guess. The journey of a lifetime, there'll be many twists and turns. You'll be faced with countless hurdles as you take your leaps and burns. But remember all the people you discover as you go. Keep on close, staying hard time upon theirs you can console. Times the enemy falter and the days them seems to blind. You must find your own direction and go forward with all your might. I for one am still learning how to fly with a broken wing. The best gift I can offer are these words which I say. The road tries to lead you, and the wind behind your back. The moonlight gaze upon you, and the rain fortunately down. Forward, oh forward, we all must travel on. Fortune's behind our heads high, for the moon's been and gone. Take it away. The words that tell your story, there'll be lanes that wilt and wane. Thinking and fondest memories, lay the answers to defend. Looking onwards and upwards, you'll soon find the light of. And if you give your time to others, all good things will come your way. He fainted on some harbor, rolls your sleeves for all your tears. Let it be known how deeply you love her, and let go all your fear. I the one I'm still there. As if I were broken, the best gift I can offer are these words which I say. Little advice to me, and the way they entered by, the moonlight gaze upon you, and the dead fall gently down. Forward, oh forward, we all must travel. Fortunes upon your heads high, for the lost been and gone. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We've been Fleet Arrow. Appreciate it. Love all you guys. Stay safe. Stay well. See you in the...
Brothers and sisters, may the peace that can only come from the one God be upon you. We are here to tell the people that we hear you. One God will not allow us and people of conscience to lose our morale.
Powered by our patrons. We are indeed powered by our patrons. This show's not possible without you. So thank you to everyone who supports the show over at Patreon or PayPal. One of the patrons has commented, it's Danny, making peace with this fine music. Danny actually won the Big Mad raffle on Sunday. I hope you enjoy your prize. And yeah, comments coming in from James Stewart says, love it. We've got Alan in the house. Wash hands, which is actually the clap emoji, but somehow it's translated differently by the time it goes through YouTube and then to StreamYard. Now, if you are watching this on Facebook or Twitch or Twitter, then the time is now to get the bus to YouTube. Just click that link that I've put in the comments and get the bus over to YouTube. We're going to have some live performances tonight and it's going to sound better and look better over there. So click that link and join us over at YouTube. And by Facebook, by Twitch, and by Twitter. And that's us. We're on YouTube exclusively now. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in. You're in for a treat tonight. We have already, I've introduced you to Ernesto here. In a little minute, we'll have Flew the Arrow to talk a bit more about that brilliant song that we just seen there. We've also got Eleanor in the house, as one of the co-organisers of the next stage. Hello, Eleanor. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, man. How are you?
I'm great. It's day one of no smoking for me, so I'm a bit hungry. But apart from that, I'm okay.
It gets worse before it gets better, doesn't it?
I know. No, I quit all the time, so I know. But I thought I'd beat it. I didn't smoke for a couple of months there, and then when Christmas, New Year came, so there's a couple of drinking sessions, and then before you know it, I just fell back into it. But I'm off it.
It's always
it is, man. It's like that. That's why I actually didn't drink for about a month or two as well, because if I just don't drink, then I won't smoke either. But yeah, if I kind of ruined it. But yeah, apart from that, I'm really good and loving watching that from Flew the Arrow there. And I've been really enjoying just seeing what you guys are doing. Obviously, I'm looking at it from afar, but I love to see anyone, you know, that's building a thing for giving people a platform to do music. It's a nightmare time to be a musician between COVID basically banning live music. You've got Brexit, which is ruining the touring industry in the future. And then we've got our very own PRS trying to charge us for a license to stream their own music, which I see they've done a bit of a U-turn on just now. I'm going to read the small print and I'll do my update. And I went in a big rant on it last week because I've had issues with them before. But I'll save my rant until I've read the small print and we'll get back to that tomorrow. But yeah, it's just such a tough time for the musicians and it's great that you're doing something. I mean, how did you get involved, Eleanor, and what's it been like so far?
Well, I got involved. Ernesto reached out to me. Well, we're already mates. He's not just a stranger. So he reached out to me, and I'm a musician as well. and said that he was chatting to somebody and the Meadows about, I mean, we're just out for coffee. This was like back in October, and he was like, here, I'm meeting this woman to talk about like doing some live filming in the woods. And I was like, oh, this sounds class. And so we went and spoke to her, and then I kind of got a little bit more of an idea of what it was about. And I just thought that the idea of like giving people that literal lifeline, like giving artists a lifeline to perform, was like essential. And I think probably both of us at the time were just feeling really really creatively like stifled and really kind of down about everything. And then this was an opportunity for me getting involved in this was an opportunity to kind of give help to my community and especially in Glasgow, like amazing community of musicians, so tight knit, that have just had all of their livelihood is just kind of gone. So any way to bring them together and provide a supportive, inclusive platform is an amazing thing. So I was like, yeah, like sign me on, and then I've just been on board ever since.
You're key workers. You're doing great work.
Good work.
Well, it's kind of like it's interesting that when we're in a crisis, the first thing to go is the arts to just kind of sort of put it in the bin. It's almost like people don't really have a lot of sympathy for musicians. It's like, get a real job kind of thing that kind of happens sometimes. But yet the irony is that while everyone was on, the first lockdown, when people actually were in lockdown and, there was hardly any traffic and stuff like that, people were watching Netflix, they were listening to music while they were going in their hour jog or whatever. And it is an essential to get people through these tough times. Yet for some reason, it's almost like the art just appears magically, and we don't really want to look after the artists that actually make the art.
Yeah,
it's mad, isn't it?
For sure.
I think that's kind of the point, isn't it? To have a space to realize that art is essential for people's mental health and for people's just general life. Like you're saying, everyone's watching Netflix, and the people that are right now sort of like allowed to produce music is very high end. So we wanted to create something that's not so elitist.
Sure. Because a lot of grassroots music venues in Glasgow, I was chatting about this somebody the other day, a lot of grassroots venues in Glasgow, they don't have the resources or the places, the kind of places that we've played at, like growing up, don't really have the resources to put on these like fancy digital live stream concerts. There's no platform for that. So, if there was a way to kind of like give these artists a voice again, and also kind of from interviewing them and like asking them about stuff and asking them how they feel about the pandemic and what they've been going through, like so much of that stuff that you just said was coming up again and again.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's great, man, because you are giving it, I think everyone as well, like I know I love watching when someone's released something new, and it's so cool to see people out in nature and stuff. And it is an opportunity to create these little things that we would not have had the time. I know the guy we're bringing on just now, Flew the Arrow. I don't think he has much time in the normal festival season to do stuff like this because he's always very busy. We'll bring him on just now. Flew the Arrow, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, folks.
How you doing, man? We've just got some in about your stuff. We had Danny was making pizza to this fine music.
Right.
We've got Michael J saying, loving this. Ernesto is good people. That was a great start, says Alan, who also added that live streams have really helped me cope with the stress of lockdown. And it is weird that, I mean, I know that I personally prefer to tune into, local, well, not even on a local level, but on an underground level, just seeing people doing, whether that's like chat shows like this or live streams like we do at Capture Works. There's something good about it being people that you either know or a friend of a friend of a friend. There's still things happening rather than, watching Hollywood movies or anything like that. I think that for me anyway, it's better to do it. And Flew the Arrow, how have you been coping with the lockdown? Because obviously, like I just said, their festival season, you're very busy. I don't think I've ever been at a festival in the last 3 years you've not been playing it.
Certainly. I mean, that's been my whole thing the last few years, is building a good fan base and a home at a good kind of handful of festivals around the heart of Scotland. And I've certainly missed that. I had about 10 of them lined up last year was going to be my best year yet, and I was finally been able to branch out a little bit and touch on some little folk festivals around Scotland and the UK and go a bit further afield. So I was really looking forward to that. But that's not to say that can't happen in future. But certainly been a void in my life since then. But other than that, it's out with financial difficulties and all these things. I was finally playing loads of pub gigs and making a sustainable living through that. But in a way, it's been a bit of a blessing in disguise in terms of just being able to relax and see my life and my music in a different way and try and write some new songs so that I can come out the other end of it, kind of all guns blazing.
And it looked like you were enjoying the next stage performance that we just watched there. Was it just good to get out there and do a hang, an actual real life thing rather than staring at a screen?
Yeah, it was something else. I mean, as you can imagine, it'd been nearly a year since I'd done that. After doing so many every week, to go into literally none for so long was quite an effect, But after so long, just seeing these guys bring this project together and being invited on to play, especially in the Queen's Park Bandstand, I stayed around Govan Hill the last couple of years and always dreamt of playing there and setting up a little kind of DIY show. So I'm glad someone else has done it and invited me along to play. It was just nice to see people and be around, even if it's just strangers walking by hearing the music. That was nice enough.
Brilliant stuff. And I understand that you might have a song for us tonight.
Aye, certainly. That'd be lovely.
That would be lovely. That would be lovely. Absolutely, man. Take it away.
Yes. See, I'd written a few over lockdown, and that was why it was nice to play in the bandstand and share some of those songs. This one's a bit more kind of gentle, and it's better in more calm circumstances. I guess I wrote this one about taking time to appreciate all the little things in our life that kind of really give us that deep self-worth. And part of that for me was writing my songs. This one's called Take Time. Tell me all you need to say, for I'll be listening. Let the words fall from your mouth in the space we are holding. Feel all you need to feel. Lay your weight upon me. Don't have to beat it on your own or be so resilient. Just take time to love. Just take time to really appreciate what you have lost, the things you've done, the things you've experienced and make you hard. You will always be strong. Da-da-da-da-dum. Now the healing has begun. You're light as a feather. Take only one breath at a time in all endeavor. If you see an ember in the night and you're looking for answers, just know that they are found inside. Let's begin a new chapter. Just take time to love. Just take time to really appreciate what you have lost, the things you've done, the things you've experienced and make it hard. You will always be strong. Take time.
If you wanna keep tabs on the underground scene, then you better tune in to this quarantine stream. Call that video. You call that video. Call that video. You call that video.
Strange mood about
You call that radio.
Here to tell the people that we hear you. One God will not allow.
You call that radio.
however you want to say it.
You call that radio.
You call that radio. However you want to say it, that's kind of part of the fun.
Powered by our patrons.
Brothers and sisters.
Amazing stuff from Through the App, and good to hear some new music that's coming out. How have you found the whole writing process in general? Has it been good to get a bit of time to reflect on your music?
Certainly, I mean, I guess that's part of what that song there was about. I certainly know a lot of people at the beginning of lockdown that just weren't really finding the inspiration because they didn't have a lot of things happening in their day-to-day life. And that really kind of dawned on me for a while. And then I felt this thing which I realised might have been called corporate anxiety, about just feeling the need to do something all the time and to be writing and to find your self-worth through creating all the time, you know. So I felt that pressure, but once I'd actually kind of settled into it a bit and reined it backwards and really kind of meditated on different aspects of my life and where what to go in the music and how I was really feeling, which, you know, for all, you know, the rat race has finally slowed down and I was able to tune into myself a bit better, not being so busy. So it's been a blessing and a curse in many ways, but I might never have written these kind of 4 or 5 songs over the last year that I'm really happy with without it. It's just a bit of a learning curve. I think it's all to do with your perspective at the end of the day and how you see this chapter of your life and where you want to take it creatively or just whichever way your life is, you know. It's just finding inspiration, all the little things right now.
Absolutely. I think that was a good point you sort of touched upon there as well, is that it's also totally valid. If you're not getting any creative ideas, then just watch Netflix and just do what you've got to do to get through it, because it can be quite hard to write. I know that me personally, for writing, it's difficult because everything seems to be changing so fast that it's hard to have an opinion or be sure of something because everything is going mental. So yeah, but just it's great to see people creating, and also don't worry if you're not, because this is not normal times. Just do what you've got to do to get through it, and hopefully we can get back to some real music soon, some real live music, and hopefully that'll be inspiring for everyone when that happens. We've got some nice comments coming in from Count Your Blessings. It says James, delivering hot food, says James as well. And speaking of food, it seems like there's a food theme tonight. Dinner's out, I need to bolt. Nice tune, sir. Says Soapy. Congratulations to Soapy as well. He did an amazing festival yesterday called Music Feeds, where he managed to get people like the likes of Liam Gallagher to Steve Mason and Fontaines DC involved in an amazing festival last week to raise money for food banks and roadies and all that kind of stuff. So well done, Soapy. I heard it was an amazing success. We shout out to Eleanor and our mates Kitty, Cara, Lizzie, Morgan, and the rest. The female talent in this city is unreal. And you ladies are more than playing your part. Big loves. Shout outs to John McKinley as well, man. He knows everybody. But yeah, Eleanor, talk about, I mean, I recognise most of the names there, but is there any of that group that you want to give a wee shout out to?
Oh, all the above and more. And also Zoe Graham, who has been, I don't know, was she on that? She should be on it. And Morgan and yeah, the girls are absolutely smashing it this year and will continue to do so.
Brilliant stuff. And Angela wanted to say, what a great song for these trying times. Loved it. A paradigm shift, says James Stewart. And yeah, man, it's a very, very strange time. And there is, it's good to count your blessings. And that is probably one of the best things you can do is be grateful. It's all you can do, really, is be grateful for what you have. And hopefully use this time. Hopefully, I mean, I don't think anyone on this screen took live music for granted anyway, but even more so now, we will be enjoying the times when they come. I think we're ready to go bring on our next guest. Is that correct? Do you want to give us a wee intro to A. Maxwell?
That's right. Maxwell, he was doing the same date as Flew the Arrow, actually, when we were filming at the bandstand in Queen's Park. And also, Angus is involved in the workshop that we're doing. We're doing a workshop for songwriters to have a better, like, to be able to create better videos of live sessions for like live streamings and such. Because obviously during these times it's been so hard, and like I've kind of felt that just live streams with a laptop microphone, sometimes it doesn't do it. The internet connection can go wrong. So we're trying to create like a workshop where people can come in and write tunes, film them nicely, record them nicely. And we're going to have a live event for it next Friday on the Next Stage page. So yeah, and this video that we filmed, that was also at the bandstand and Angus took part. So yeah.
Let's check it out. This is on the, and please do give the Next Stage Facebook page. I'll put a link in the comments to that just now as well. And this is A. Maxwell.
My name's A. Maxwell. I'm a singer-songwriter, instrumentalist, and that's about it. It's the support that helps the most. And I think performing in any space, whether it's, via stream or on a stage, just to receive any sort of support, whether it's a comment, whether it's a like, whether it's a whistle from the crowd, it just helps keep you going, keep you swimming. Honestly, I think we've all felt the struggle, all musicians, but we've found a way to essentially adapt, move on. This isn't the first time that musicians have been on a knife's edge, and you just have to keep going. That's it. You just have to keep going. I yearn for I beckon for the tidiness of childhood traditions, trick me into submission. But the childhood memories still seem so dear to me. With her voice soothes me with a list of memories, makes me feel I hope that the celibacy doesn't finally kill me. Frustrated, manipulated, my father always told me that the life is the fickle remedy to me. Her voice suits me with a list of memories. I'm not as bad as I seem. I'm not useless, just not useless. I'm not useless. Gotta get through this. Gotta get through this. I'm not useless. me get through this. Gotta get through this. My therapist persists, never resists to carry the baggage that I manage to drop my fail. Words are my last hope for forgiveness with a list of memories, with a list of memories. She makes it clear to me I'm not useless, just not useless. I'm not useless. Gotta get through this. Gotta get through this. I'm not useless. I'm not useless. I'm not useless. Gotta get through this. Gotta get through this.
You call that radio?
Call that radio.
What back to the people who hated on me?
Right, and then I see the disinfectant that knocks it out in a minute.
That's mad, isn't it?
Is this a Netflix thing?
It's actually a podcast.
What the fuck's a podcast?
You know, it's kind of like a radio show.
Oh, that! Radio!
Yeah.
And is there a way we can do something like that?
I couldn't help it.
By injection inside or
Yeah, I think so because I think just paint in general because I think like my poem is in my painting.
No, cut. We just witnessed a stunning performance from A. Maxwell, and I think we can go live to. Oh, we've also got Ernesto, we've got Flew the Arrow, we've got Eleanor here, and I think we can go live to A. Maxwell. How are you doing?
Hello. How are you?
Very well, man. I'm buzzing after that performance. Great
Thank
tune.
you. Yeah. No, thank you so much. It's a very new song, and once again, just like Flew the Arrow, it's something I wrote in lockdown. Hope it wasn't too obvious. But
No. But it's
Yeah.
interesting as well because, like, I suppose that's something that right now I'm recording an album and not being able to. I'm sort of hiding it because I don't want. It's not ready for public consumption yet. But normally, what you would do is you would play gigs and you would sneak in a new song there or a new song there to kind of gauge the feedback. And there's something about performing it live in front of people that you instantly know that, oh, here, that line's shit, that line's good. You don't actually know until you say it publicly. For something weird about that. So it must have been good to actually take it, test it on.
Oh
on the
yeah,
trees
it was
in
very
nature.
much a. Oh, sorry. Yeah, but it was very much a baptism of fire, I feel, because the cameras are right in front of you. You've been asked questions and you were trying to think up answers. But honestly, I can't thank the Next Stage enough for inviting me to play that day because it was just it was so different to like my daily life, which had been kind of stuck in my flat, and I got the opportunity to have some sort of platform to express my music. So it's a strange time, but I think for that new song it was a baptism of fire. Completely sort of hopefully
And
a lot of people
that was
liked it.
filmed in the same day as Flew the Arrow as well. I'm just going to bring the poster up here to give people a kind of general idea of.
It was a cold day.
Freezing.
I brought my hot water bottle just to try to keep my hands warm when I was giving it the blade.
Yeah, we've got it here. So it's like, the kind of sort of structure is maybe, because obviously it's quite a lot of work to set everything up. So you might as well get 3 acts done at the same time. And yeah, it's freezing. I mean, that's the thing about Scotland. I mean, shout outs to anyone who accidentally got themselves stranded in a warm country over the last year. I know a couple of folks who were going on holiday or going for a short work business trip or whatever, and they're stuck in the sunshine. Because I mean, I think that's why it's been even tougher in Scotland in the winter, because it's like, what can you actually do?
Yeah.
Choices are limited.
The weather was definitely a big factor in the problems that we had during the next stage. From the first session, everyone was freezing. We kind of never took it into consideration. And then, like, through the days, we just had to tell the artists, like, bring double socks, make sure you bring all the warm clothing, because it was actually freezing. It was really hard to do. But it was really good that the performers were so supportive in it, because that's the only way it could have happened, didn't it?
And people still showed up, like people that were passing by, like, like stood and like sat and watched, and kind of like they still engaged in it and stuff. And it was really nice to see, actually, that, like, especially from the artists as well, like when we were filming, people were still like the energy of it, the vibe, just because everybody was so buzzing to perform, and like the opportunity, they hadn't had the opportunity to do it in ages. That kind of made the weather not really that bad, and like not as much of a thing, even when you're freezing your socks off. I think we had to say 3 pairs of socks at one point, man, because it got to the point. By the time it got to mine at the end, 2 was not enough. It was not enough.
4 pairs of socks. Have an extra pair of socks on your hands before you put your gloves on as well, just in case.
Yeah, just do like mitten playing.
It doesn't surprise me at all that that you are going to get that energy of people walking by, and even though they are freezing, because there's a person that practices the violin near me, and he or she's starting to get crowds of 6 people just like listening in the background outside, obviously. That person doesn't know, but there's just people like, wow, it's music. So they're just walking with their friends and they stop for a chat just because they can actually hear live music. And I don't know how it must be for busking. I don't know if any of you are busking, but obviously the flip side is that there's absolutely hardly anyone in the city centre walking around because there's no shops or anything like that. But I would imagine that anyone walking by and they heard the busker, they'd be like, oh my God, it's real music.
Yeah,
and hopefully people will be tipping a bit more than they normally do as well. And now let's actually talk a little bit about Eleanor, your music, which is I think we've got a wee video of yours as well.
Yeah. Yep.
And this was filmed in a different day.
Yeah. Was Angus not going to play a tune?
Sorry, I'm just getting a bit confused. Sorry, it's your takeover.
No, that's okay. Right. Don't worry. I don't have to play.
Sorry, I'll just have to stop you right there.
Maxwell, I thought we're only using stage names as well here. Stage names only. So I've been referring to Flew the Arrow as Flew the Arrow, which is his birth name, I believe. Is that correct? Arrow?
People have called me Mr. Arrow.
Mr. Arrow. I like that.
Sorry, sorry, Mr. A. Sorry, Mr. A. Mr. A. Maxwell. Thank you very much. Going to give us a wee exclusive here. Is this exclusive enough that I can put the exclusive banner on the screen?
Of course, it's very important that it's exclusive. Yeah, so I'm just going to play a little bit of an older song because my mind's a bit mush after the workshop today. It was pretty intense stuff. So this one's called Just As Well. And I always get a feeling that, the phrase "just as well" is something that you can use to just like keep going. And right now, don't get me wrong, it's hard times, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. I'm very sure. But yeah, this one's called Just As Well. Can you hear the guitar okay?
Sounds good.
Probably.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sweet. Awesome. Cut the bullshit. Know why you're here and why you started this. To exercise me from yourself. 'Cause I can't see the light you see. Occasionally telling me you're feeling better about yourself. Just as well. 'Cause what the fuck's it matter anyway? 'Cause my vision's all the same. You're in his arms by the end of the day. No shame to tell myself just as well. It unfolds to me, hindsight, epiphany. Why we fell into each other's arms easily. You were scared and I was lonely. And if only we had another way to communicate, which didn't rely on all of the hate from the couple. What did they say that we just go and screw it up all anyway? 'Cause what the fuck's it matter anyway? 'Cause my mistakes, they're all the same. You're in his arms as I'm laid in a grave, and my rotten arms can beat his any day. 'Cause what have I done? More than love for fun, I think I love broken one. 'Cause what have I done? More than love for fun, I think I love the broken ones just a little too much. So what the fuck does it matter anyway? 'Cause my mistakes are all the same. You're in his arms as I'm laid in a grave, and my rotten arms can beat his any day. What the fuck does it matter anyway? 'Cause you listen. By the end of the day, you're in his arms as I'm laid in a grave. No shame to tell myself just as well. 'Cause what have I done? More than love for fun. If I hadn't, she might have stayed with no shame. She tells me just as well. There we go.
Brothers and sisters.
Is that you, Daniel? Are you before me?
Call that radio.
You call that radio.
Hello, yes, this is Dog.
This is You Call That Radio TV, the next stage takeover. Maxwell absolutely smashing it there. And we've got Ernesto, we've got Flew the Arrow, we've got Eleanor here as well, man. That was absolutely glorious.
Glorious.
That was really nice, Angus. It's good to see a folkier side of you.
Thank you. It's my surroundings. It just creates that aura of like folkiness, you know. All the rustic vibes.
It's the drape. It's the drape, bro.
Lovely drape.
What you said that you were doing? You said it was a workshop you were doing earlier on tonight?
Yes. So
would you want to talk a little bit about that? Because we actually had Finn Lamarinel on the show earlier on. We did a show at 5 today, and we were just talking about how everything's had to move online.
No, definitely. I think the workshop today was around sort of collaborating with songwriters lyrically, and just trying to sort of show each other's sort of palette of different lyrics that we like to sort of use, and sort of, you know, interchange them, you know, move them around and try different things. And we sort of worked on a theme. We went away, we worked on that, came back, showed our sort of results, and the songs that sort of came out of that small collaboration, that small sort of hour of talking about lyrics, the sort of the vast sort of genre sort of differences, where it was quite amazing. It was sort of like rock, pop, and then you had like sort of almost like ambient Western a cappella, and then we had like, you know, a really, really nice ballad pop song as well. And it was just, I never thought, you know, it would be that expansive and different. So it was a lot of fun to be part of, honestly. So much fun.
Is there a little plug for that? For anything? For people to get involved in that? Or
Ooh, I'm trying to think. Sorry, I might not be the best person to. That's
all right,
so sick.
The workshop.
There's an amazing secret workshop out there. You need to find it if you really want to find it.
We've already got the people involved for this one. Maybe if we do another one, we'll get more people. We're trying to work with as little people as possible to be able to make it more manageable. But I will be sharing a link on the next stage to the performance that we're gonna do. We're gonna go live on Friday next week with the work that we've created, and like try and just share it. And just have a wee chat about what we were up to do.
And how can people tune into that, or is that a private?
Will be via Facebook on the next stage page. If you can share the page link.
Yes.
So yeah, via Facebook. Yeah, we'll share an event and a link for people to join us.
Brilliant stuff. And okay, we'll go. I'll put the links in the comments for that. And well done. So actually, what about your own music, Angus? How would people hear more?
Oh right, yeah. Sorry. So on most streaming platforms, it's just A Maxwell. So A space Maxwell. I've also got a Facebook page, which is sort of Facebook.com/A Maxwell Project. I know it's not exactly, you know, in unison, but and then Instagram is just at A Maxwell Project, and I do quite a lot of stuff. So I recently in December I did a music video which required me to be buried up to my head in sand and to basically drown myself in I think it was Irving Beach. Obviously I didn't drown, but like, you know, pretend.
Just going to Irvine Beach is very brave, so of you.
But it was so much fun because it's a lot of sort of obviously like camera trickery, but the video that came out of it, which is my latest single, Tight, which you can find sort of as the first single, sort of the most recent single, is yeah, it was just it was a lot of work, but it honestly for one song, I've never done such a large body of work for one single, so it was all worth it in the end, I feel. And
the video is available now.
Yes, it's on YouTube.
You know what,
so
we can maybe play out with that, because I'm interested to see that, because I'm going to watch it when this show stops anyway. So I might we'll watch
Hopefully
it on the show.
to find it. I might try and find it quickly.
Well, send me a link if I can't find it.
Yeah, no, totally.
Also, actually, I forgot. Flew the Arrow. How can people get more in touch with your work as well? Before I forget to do the plugs.
Just the usual. All the streaming platforms and on Facebook and on my Instagram, really. I'm not quite touched on Twitter so much, but yeah. Besides that, I'll be doing kind of Gathering South stuff, and there's more happening with that on all their socials. But generally, just if you want to listen to my music on Spotify, and yeah, keep in touch on my Instagram mainly.
Brilliant stuff. Eleanor.
Hi.
I think now we're ready to go to one of your videos. Is that correct?
Are you ready? Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, this was actually the first video we put out. This is the first video we made from the next stage. And Eleanor came to my back garden and we filmed it. We had an interview. And the same day we had Pauline Valens, who's a great harp player, or kind of classical. But this is the start of the next stage.
This was the start. Historic.
Iconic, one would say.
Iconic. Who would have known? Who would have known what lay ahead? Amazing stuff. Right, check it out. This is Eleanor Kane live from the next stage.
I guess like writing songs for me
just doing anything creative just brings me like back to a point of focus. I've like definitely lost, and so many other people have like lost a sense of themselves in this pandemic. In the next couple of months, it's going to be hard, but that doesn't mean that we can't keep creating and supporting one another as a community. If we're not going to get support from the government or the powers that be, then the support has to come from within the community. Get me out of this house. Cut the bonds from my chair. Crack a window, smash it into pieces. As long as I can smell the flowers. I don't miss you, but I'm tired of being hounded like a dog. Caught me sideways when baby I just came out of the fall. Get me out of my head, make me happy instead. Send an angel, it sure be nice to see one, a miracle in darker hours. I don't love you, but I'm tired of being hounded by your ways. Caught me sideways when baby I was set to come first place. I can do this alone. That's a tough pill to take. Died a hero, I sure would like to be one, but I clung to you and never doubted. Now I don't miss you, but I'm tired of being hounded like a dog. Caught me sideways, baby, I just came out of the fall.
Amazing stuff there from Eleanor. Smashed it, absolutely smashed that.
Yes, oh, that was so cute. That was so cute to watch that. It was, feels like ages ago, Nesta, didn't it?
Yeah, no, it's totally a different vibe nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah, man, different.
That was me with the camera. I'm not even a camera person really, but I was just like with the camera kind of shaking. We had to do 2 takes because the first one was just me kind of shaking. But yeah, it's kind of good that now we're working with an actual camera person, and we've got Ket doing the sound. He's been really amazing to record the sound that we've produced, isn't it?
Yeah, Ket's been great.
Amazing stuff. And also it was, you know, you echoed what a lot of people say when they come on this show, is almost that loss of identity, because for so many people it's they live, sleep and breathe music, and they're either performing a gig, rehearsing for a gig, or attending a gig. So it's almost like the sense of identity has just been lost, and with the lack of support from the powers that be, I mean, I think it's just kind of shows the minute of what people are putting in, that yeah, you can win the industry, but the industry is going to come back and hopefully bite you in the arse if you don't support it.
Yeah, it better do. I'm telling you.
It will.
It will.
It will.
I think it will. I think it is going to. It's not. But yeah, I think we're now ready for an actual live song. Oh.
Hello. Yes. Yeah.
I thought that was a no.
Right, see ya. No, nah. See you later. No, if I have like 30 seconds to just tune down,
you can do that. I'll remove you from the screen, and then we'll just get a wee shout from Ernesto.
Yeah.
We'll just talk about how people can support the next stage and tune in. I'll put the link on the screen.
Yeah, so we are starting on the 14th of February. We'll be running the second session of our afternoon filming sessions. Like we've shared a poster. I think you can share it on the screen for people to see who's going to be involved. But last time we ended up raising 500 quid to pay the artist. And some of the money was also used to upgrade our gear for doing bigger bands, bigger acts as well. So yeah, we've got a GoFundMe link, and if you can share the poster of next session, we can see.
Is that the volume 2 poster?
Volume 2 poster, that's right. Yeah, there's gonna be a full act of new people involved, so that means new content too. And we're gonna try and support them the same way we did last time. Last time we got 500 quid, and we're trying to kind of aim towards the same amount of money in the GoFundMe account. Yeah, that's the poster right there. Lots of lo-fi artists right now. We've got Ravelo, she's got her new EP that came out. Kitty's an amazing jazz singer.
It's sensational.
Yeah, Nimbus Sextet is a great jazz act as well. So just generally lots of class people, and we want to
Maima Moreau has been, who some of the viewers will know. Maima Moreau did her EP launch on here, and Miles Better, his set from Capture Works that he did for us will be premiered on Friday night as well.
Yeah.
So it's a great lineup.
So we're trying to really raise funds for them, and yeah, if you can share the link as well for people to know where to go, it's just on GoFundMe. It says Afternoon Filming Session Volume 2, and yeah, so that's what we're trying to do. Really, I can't wait to like have all this new content that's gonna come out of it.
Yes, and the GoFundMe link to support this project, I'll put that in the comments as well, guys. So go and click that link and chip in some money if you can.
Whatever you can, even a $5 or whatever. It's just to try and get some money for the artist, because it's obviously been incredibly hard, isn't it?
Absolutely, man. We've been talking about that in the past as well. Like for people who, you know, they might think, "Oh, I can't afford to put in a big amount or anything," and it's not like that at all. It's like every pound does help, and it helps towards the bigger goal, and that's what we all need to do just now. Just sort of pull in and help out when we can. I think we can now go live to Eleanor. Is that right, Eleanor? You ready?
I'm back in the game. I'm back.
You're back.
Tuned down. I'm ready to go.
Brilliant stuff. Take it away.
This tune. This is a bit of a different vibe, but I thought we'd end the night on a funkier note. This song is about reprobates in Glasgow, and it's called Little Boy. Hope you like it. Little boy wants to see what the world is like outside, 'cause he's an illusion. Little boy wants to tell them the scary things he'll find when he reaches his conclusion. Little boy, put your finger with a fidgety grin when he falls off his skateboard. Oh, my patiently forgive him, he is no more than a child. Face him at your peril, 'cause he'll run you out of mile before you realize you swallowed up your future. Never be too careful, the the boyfriend loser. Funny life will live when the world turns on that little boy. Oh, little boy loves his neighbors, but he keeps them up at night, 'cause he's got a strange affliction. Oh, little does this kid know that before he's 25, he'll be riddled with addiction. Oh, pitter-patter on the playground, drenched in youth, think I get ice cream, drinking ice cold juice, dinner on the table, but only if he's well and able. Patient, forgive him, he is no more than a child. Face him at your peril, 'cause he'll run you out of time before you realize he swallowed up your future. Never be too careful with the boyfriend loser. Find your life wherever when the world shuts on a little boy. Little boy, 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 before you realize he swallowed up your future. Never be too careful with the boy loser. Funny life with the man when the world turns on that good boy.
Fantastic stuff.
I just want to say that when she's saying reprobate, she actually means me and my pals.
You're the one that wanted me to play it.
I know. I think
It's a
it's a
great
good song.
It's a great tune. And Eleanor Kane Music on Facebook, Eleanor Kane Music on Twitter, and Eleanor Kane _ Kane on Insta. Is that right?
All correct, sir. Yeah.
Brilliant stuff.
And I'm on Spotify. I released an EP last year on Spotify called the St. Vincent Street Sessions, which you can find under my name as well, which is Eleanor Kane.
Brilliant stuff. And is there any plan? Have you got any plans for releasing it? Or are you just kind of just writing just now and waiting until things get back to normal?
Yeah, well, I've been churning out quite a lot of stuff over lockdown, which has been good. I've been creative, which has been a blessing. And I'm hoping to release stuff in June, and it's going to be much more kind of like I did the live EP that I did was just like filmed in a church and recorded in St. Vincent Street Church, so it's very acoustic, very live. But then the stuff that I'm going to be doing later on this year, hopefully in June, is going to be a bit more rock and roll, a bit more kind of full bands, and then going to get some live sessions together as well with the full band. So it's exciting. I'm excited.
Brilliant stuff. I'm excited for it as well. That was amazing. And thanks to all you guys for tuning in tonight. Thank everyone who's tuned in. There were some comments actually. Hold on quickly. Alan Robertson was saying that was brilliant. And he passes the bandstand in Queen's Park pretty much every day when he goes for his walk. And he's definitely one that if he's seen his filming, he would be stopping to enjoy the music. John said, my bad, Zoe and all. I saw her play at Sneaky Pete's a couple of years ago. And Bobby also, the list goes on and on.
Also
Bobby's amazing.
So much amazing stuff out there. And thank you to the Next Stage for flying the flag for underground music, and keep up the amazing work. Remember, guys, if you want to support this, you go to the GoFundMe page, and this is the look at that. So many good artists involved in this one. Go and support it. You've helped me build my thing. Go and help them build their thing. They're building a good thing too. So big ups to you guys.
Yeah, we're
good
gonna be
luck.
live next Friday. We're gonna be
Next-
live, and we're gonna see some new music from Angus, who played today too. So Angus will have some new music for us
Fresh
from
off
the
the
workshop
press.
that we're doing.
fresh and cut grass. We're actually going to
Fresh
listen to.
cut grass,
We're going
yeah.
to end with Angus's film, because I've not been to Irvine Beach in a while. It's going to take me back to my childhood, which is a while ago. So I think that's a good way to end it. Thank you, guys. Thank you,
Thank
Fleur the
you.
Arrow, A. Maxwell, Eleanor
Thank
Kane,
you, Angus.
Ernesto
Thank you,
Fernandez. Thank
Cheers,
you very
guys.
much, guys, and
Here
good
you
luck
go.
with that project. And we'll end with Tight from A. Maxwell, live-ish from Irvine Beach.
Thank you.
It's point west. I will hold you tight, tight. All these sands they pour, pulling you to eastern shore. I will try to stand back, but it tested me, you bested me, yeah. It tested me, yeah. It bested me, yeah. This sudden pollutes my veins. And I will push back. All this blood it pours onto me, so this chain. Bones away was awake, but it tested me, you bested me, yeah. It tested me, yeah. You bested me, yeah. Bones will break, walls will quake, but I am out of time, and I will. Bones will break, walls will quake, but I am out of time, and I will. I will hold you tight, I'll hold you tight. I will hold you tight, I'll hold you tight. I will hold you tight, I'll hold you tight. I will hold you tight, I'll hold you tight. Yeah.
Brilliant stuff from A. Maxwell. Thank you to Eleanor Kane. Thank you to Ernesto. Thank you to Fleur the Arrow. And yeah, what a great bunch of people. They're doing some great stuff. Go and support the next stage. That one. And the GoFundMe link. Go and support that, please. and we will see you tomorrow night. I think we're doing a bonus show in the afternoon that I can't tell you about just yet. So keep an eye on You Call That Radio popping up at either 2 o'clock or 5 o'clock tomorrow. But what is definitely happening is we've got Post Call, Prom Queen, aka L-Space, an amazing band, always pushing the bow out to do something completely different and unique. So I'm excited to have them in the show tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. On Wednesday, it's a big one. We've got the author of The Young Team, Graham Armstrong, on at 2 o'clock. And then we've got Brains from Syllable and Brains talking about the great hip-hop hoax and how they tricked the major record labels into thinking they were from California when they were from Scotland and just making up a bunch of lies, and how they managed to keep that going. It's an incredible story, and we already had Syllable on the show before, so it feels only right that we get Brains on to give his version of events as well. So really looking to that one. We have a massive guest announcement that we're going to make tomorrow as well. Probably the biggest name we've ever had on the show. Absolutely buzzing for that one. So yeah, man, thanks to The Next Stage. I'll see you all tomorrow. Definitely at 7 or maybe before then. Good night and be safe, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.
Yeah, no respecting every aspect of the man like Mark. They love what the man talk on the radio. In case you never know. You call that radio, call that the radio. You call that radio, call that the radio. Come and say, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, just go with the flow. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, just go with the flow. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Boom. Lot of mercy. Yo. You call that radio. You call that radio. Come and say, don't you be another man, I'll go lose your head. Say, don't you be another me, say, I'll lose the head. Me say, radio. Call that radio. Straight from out of Glasgow. Straight from out of Glasgow, nice enough on the studio. Come and say, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, just go with the flow. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, just go with the flow. So till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. No radio. You call that the radio.